Alright, I'm here again with yet another M12 draft. Hopefully this will be filling up in a second, and I will get to bring you our first pick, which will undoubtedly be something awesome. And I was right. This is in fact going to be a Flameblast Dragon. It's unfortunate that we're passing Fire Slinger, Volcanic Dragon, and Blood Ogre, because that sends a fairly strong red signal, but I'm pretty sure we're just going to try and cut red for the rest of this pack. Next person will probably take Volcanic Dragon, and then it's between Pegasus, Ogre, Fire Slinger. So I basically don't care. Hopefully the next two people try and get in red and we just cut them off. So yeah, Flameblast Dragon, not close. Here for the second pick, we've got Devouring Swarm, Tormented Soul, Fire Slinger, Aven Fleetwing, Warpath Ghoul, Plummet, I don't know. I'm just going to take the next best on color card, so we're just going to go with Fire Slinger, as much as I enjoy black-red. And here we've got here we've got Vampire Outcasts, Swiftfoot Boots, Arachnus Web, and other not very good things. Looks like we're going to try and go Black-Red Bloodthirst if possible. Third pick, Outcast, is pretty sweet. And we're going to keep going with Chandra's Outrage. Gravedigger's pretty good. We have, two good creatures to get back with it. But I'd rather just stick with the color that we know we're going to play, because it's possible we could end up, red, blue, red, green, depending on something that we open in the next pack. But we're definitely going to be red. And also Chandra's Outrage is removal, so it's probably better than Gravedigger in a vacuum. This is a 5th pick Fireball. I could have sworn I joined in 8-4. Like, I'm basically 100% sure that I joined in 8-4. Yeah, I did. Not only that, but there's a foil uncommon and an uncommon still left in here. So that means someone picked an uncommon over Fireball and a rare over Fireball. And then 2 other cards. But yeah, I'm just going to slam this Fireball here. So we've got a choice between Warpath Ghoul, Manic Vandal, Manolith, Bonebreaker Giant. I'm just going to go with the Vandal. I mean, it's basically between Manic Vandal and Warpath Ghoul. We definitely need a 3-drop of some sort. I'm just going to take the Warpath Ghoul. I mean, Manic Vandal is sometimes a 2-for-1, but Warpath Ghoul is, going to hit harder. So I'll just go with that. And here's a very late shock, which we will of course be taking. It's a shame about the Scepter Vampires, but... and now we have a choice between 8th pick Sorin's Thirst or Ring Flesh. I'm going to go with the Ring Flesh. We're going to definitely want to be more mountains in this deck. So, yeah. Alright. So, Fire Slinger, Dusk Hunter Bat, and Vampire all wield. As did Armored Warhorse. I'm going to take the bats here, because we don't have a 2-drop yet. Maybe that's just wrong. Maybe Fire Slinger is better. We only have one way to turn on a bat. Yeah, I'll just go with the Fire Slinger, because like I said, we only have one way to turn on a bat. Here we get either a second Warpath Ghoul or a Death Mark, and I'll just take a Death Mark for the sideboard. And here we got Goblin Tunneler. We'll just take Mighty Leap, I guess. And that is a, was that 12th pick Ring Flesh? Which we are of course taking. That is, Ring Flesh is pretty good. It, kills all these annoying guys. And then it lets you just trade for guys like this. It's a very good combat trick too, just because it lowers their power by so much that what once was a trade just becomes a straight up removal spell. And it can be a 2-for-1 if involved in double blocking or something of that sort. So that was extremely late. I don't remember that pack being particularly good, so I don't know what's going on. Let's take a lifelink. It's possible we should have passed that for signaling purposes, but no one cares at that point. So yeah, we're looking pretty good. See what we open here. Second Fireball or Singular Vampire. This is somehow a tough choice. I'm pretty sure we're just slamming this second Fireball here. And I guess we'll hope to wield this Ring Flash. Yeah. Like, Singular Vampire wins the game. Fireball wins the game, removes creatures, and can also be card advantage. So I'm pretty sure Fireball wins out. I'm not sure, actually. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure you can't go wrong with 2 Fireballs. So we're going to take that. We got Goblin Chieftain for 1, 2, 3 goblins over nothing else, really. That seems good. It's also just a 2 or 3 drop, and we can try and pick up some more goblins. The other option, I guess, was Goblin Arsonist, I think was in that pack, but I'm pretty sure the Goblin Chieftain's better. So let's, let's all of a sudden these guys activate. I mean, just giving them all +1/+1 is pretty sweet. You can act like a mini Overrun. So this deck's looking pretty good so far, I would say. Don't know what happened that would conspire to get us, 13th pick. 5th pick? 6th pick. 6th pick Fireball. Considering we just gladly took one first. So, I'm still not sure what rare, uncommon, and 3 commons you would take over that, but guess we best not to look a gift horse in the mouth. And here we've got another Goblin Fireslinger. I like that more than the Scepter because we've got Goblin Chieftain. Although admittedly it's more vulnerable. I don't think we need another Warpath Ghoul here because the Fireslinger is just going to be better. What we really want is just pick up some more Bloodthirst guys. So Consume Spirit would be okay if we weren't going to be so obviously red. Like, we're probably going to go 10-7 just because we need red on turn 1 for these now 3 Fireslingers. That's not very good. I mean, we're just going to take the Arsonist. Probably end up playing it because we've got this Goblin Chieftain. And here, that is a very late Overrun. I am sad we're not going to take that. Instead, we're just going to take this Child of Night. But it's good to keep that in mind. I mean, it's very late. I find it hard to believe that the other 4 people on that side were not green. People have been saying Overrun's been really bad, and I agree. However, if you just play in such a way that makes your Overrun good, then it's not going to be bad. You want to take creatures with bigger toughness, or just bigger creatures in general, and then avoid trading your creatures off early in the game. How many Goblin Fireslingers? There's too many Goblin Fireslingers. I don't know if there's a number. We could just want our first Devouring Swarm. Like, Devouring Swarm's pretty good. It gives us a... Well, this gives us another way to turn on the Outcast. We only have 1 Chieftain. Maybe Force the Fireslingers is too much. Yeah, let's find out. We're going to take a Goblin Fireslinger here. We'll see if we disliked having the form and would rather have a Devouring Swarm in the future. Admittedly, this format's only going to be relevant for, like 4 more weeks, and I'm not going to the Pro Tour. So, it's going to be only relevant for my local Friday night and Saturday night drafts. Alright, now here we've got the choice between Dark Favor, Goblin Warpaint, and Greatsword. I'm going to go with the Warpaint. Maybe I'm wrong. So Dark Favor, they result in the same net, which is +4. Dark Favor gives it a bigger, more power, but we don't have any unblockable creatures yet, which is why I want to go with the Warpaint, because it gives haste, which makes one of our later creatures just end up being better. Like, Warpaint on an Outcast is pretty sweet, and turn 6, so I'm going to go with that one. Yeah, we'll go with the second Goblin Tunneler. Our deck seems like it's really bad if we don't draw that. Ooh, Scepter of Empires is pretty good. I'd rather have that and Goblin Arsonist. We don't want 2 Scepter of Empires. I'd rather have the second Warpath Ghoul. What was I also going to say? So I don't know if we're going to play both Tunnelers. I think we'll definitely play one, especially if we can pick up something like a Fiery Hellhound later. So I'm definitely glad with having at least one. The other issue is that a lot of our goblins, like, I don't know if I'll play both Goblin Arsonists either, because they're okay by themselves. We unfortunately... Ooh, I play that. We unfortunately didn't get enough Bloodthirst guys. Like, hopefully we can just pick up, 4 more in this pack. And that would make all these Fire Slingers worth it. But right now, basically, it just seems like we have a bunch of crappy guys that get a lot better with Goblin Chieftain in play. And that's just our ideal. We can, Fire Slinger, Tunneler, Chieftain, Outcasts? I don't know. Well, let's see what we open up here. Basically, I'm just hoping for, another Outcast, Flame Blast Dragon, Grave Titan, Chandra. Chandra would be pretty sweet with double Fireball. Sorin. Any good rare mythic. Furyborn Hellkite. I'd be satisfied with just a Furyborn Hellkite. If we couldn't get anything good. Or just more Bloodthirst guys, really. That's what we're severely lacking right now. We've only got the one. We basically have all the support, but none of the actual cards for it. Solemn Simulacrum's pretty good, so we're just going to take that there. I hope we wheel an Axe Treason, I guess. Sucks that we're passing Sarah Angel, Jade Mage, and all these Spirit Mantles might end up being pretty bad for us. But these Fireballs, Ring Fleshes, etc. seem like they're going to help us deal with stuff like that. And let's get a Bloodthirst guy right here. Come on. No. Oh, okay, so we got the choice between Gohorn, Minotaurs, and Chandra's Outrage. That's a tough pick. I think I'm going to go with the Gohorn Minotaurs. I'm not sure if that's right. This is a removal spell, which obviously makes it awesome. But if without the Gohorn Minotaurs, all we have is just a bunch of crappy 1/1s. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Minotaur here. I could be very wrong. I mean, hopefully we'll wheel, I guess, Fling. Wheeling Fling would be pretty sweet. We're going to get past the second Gohorn Minotaur, making my pick completely wrong, because I'd rather have 2 Chandra's Outrage and a Minotaur than 2 Minotaurs and an Outrage. Oh, so we got the choice between Sorin's Thirst and Blood Rage Vampire. I don't want to go with the Sorin's Thirst just because it's double black, and I'd really much rather be able to go, 10-7, so we can be sure to get this turn 1 Fire Slinger out. With that in mind, I think I'm going to go with the Blood Rage Vampire. It's not, it's not very good, but if we can get Blood Rage Vampire out there and then maybe Outrage, like, we can get a pretty fast clock on them with Blood Rage Vampire and these Ring Fleshes and Shocks. Here we go. That is a very late Sarah Angel. Wow. But I'm just going to go with the Crimson Mage here. Jesus, and a Gideon's Lawkeeper. But yeah, just go with the Crimson Mage. Oh, okay. I have no idea what people are drafting. So, now we have the very real pick between Incinerate, Volcanic Dragon, Tormental Childonite. I'm going to rule off these two, because we've already got, all these Fire Slingers. So our choices are between Volcanic Dragon and Incinerate. And, let's see how many removal spells we have right now. We've got, 6 removal spells. So I'm just going to go with the Volcanic Dragon to give us, another gigantic thing to kill them with. So that was, these packs have been very interesting so far. I'm not quite sure what other people are drafting. Like, we got that 5th pick over on the other direction. We got this 4th pick Sarah Angel or something. 5th pick Sarah Angel. Maybe that was last pack. I completely forget. This has been a very weird draft. Maybe everyone else is trying to draft Bloodthirst. But I think I have the best deck, Bloodthirst deck, against other Bloodthirst decks because of these Fireballs. Alright. That's just another Chandra's Outrage and a Gideon's Lawkeeper and a Phantasmal Dragon. I'm just going to go with the Outrage here. I don't think you can have too many of those. In this deck particularly, because we can just get, Blood Rage Vampire down, Outrage, they're basically dead. Fling, Ring Flesh, Crumbling Colossus, Tectonic Rift. So, right now, don't have any 5-drops, but I don't know if that's really relevant. If we already had a Fling, I'd be leaning towards the Crumbling Colossus. They're really good to Fling. Oh, how much? I'm not going to let Lightning Elemental at this point. We've got some pretty good things to Fling. I don't really want a third ring flash. I think we're just going to go with the fling here. That could be completely wrong. I'll probably just take Quicksilver Amulet. It's worth probably like half a tick or something. Definitely Active Treason. Goes well with the fling we just picked up. Lets us push through more damage. Yeah, that was the pack that was our opener. So we did wheel that Active Treason like we want, and we just wheeled a Devouring Swarm. No big deal. We're obviously taking that over whatever those other cards were, because I forgot what they were. Man, all these cards kind of suck. Unsummon's the most obnoxious, I would say. Wow, that's really late on summon too. This draft has been very weird. I don't want to assume that these people are just terrible, because they're probably not. I'm just assuming these have been really weird packs. Like I definitely joined an 8-4. Oh, okay. We'll probably end up playing the Tormented Soul. And we just got the second to last big Dark Favor. Like, Dark Favor isn't amazing, but it's not terrible. Like, the fact that it's 3 power certainly makes it a lot better than Unholy Strength. So, anyway, time to build this deck. Alright, so let's look at this deck. We probably want these guys. I'll consider the Dark Favor. Definitely want those things. Alright, so let's look at this by converted mana cost and sort it like, you know, a sane person would. So, we've got a good number of removal spells, I would estimate. So let's look what we don't want. At this point, I actually just don't want to play Tormented Soul in either of the enchantments. And I'm actually considering, you know, so this is what I want to start off with. We have got to cut 5 more cards. You have nothing to do with the Goblin Tunneler. So we're going to cut that one right out. Devouring Swarm's still pretty good as a 2/2 flyer. I mean, we want all of these removal spells. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards we can't really cut. I actually don't want Scepter in this deck. We literally have 2 Bloodthirst guys on 4. So I think this will be enough to get us up there. Do we even want Devouring Swarm? That certainly makes the mana a lot better. But I could see playing Devouring Swarm with only 10-7. No, I can't actually. Because like it's pretty mediocre later, and I definitely want to get this Chieftain in there with all those goblins. So then we have the option of just cutting Active Treason and Fling as our last 2 cards. But I don't like that as much. I'd actually rather cut Goblin Fireslinger, either Active Treason or Fling. I'm not sure which is better by itself. I could put in Devouring Swarm and cut Fling. Then we'd have to cut something else. So we could do it like this. Someone pointed out to me, Fling usually gets pretty good value, because, you know, unless they don't play removal spells and stuff like that. And you're probably going to get something with it. Maybe we just don't want this Arsonist. Now Arsonist trades for an X2 or an X3 with the Chieftain out. I guess Blood Rage Vampire kind of sucks. I guess we can cut this for the Devouring Swarm. Devouring Swarm just can eat the Arsonist and Solemn Simulacrum. I don't know if that's good enough. But I kind of don't want to have that few creatures in our deck. Too few creatures. Let's see what they suggest. I mean, I'm going to play 10-7. We only got 2 double black cards, and we definitely want to get our red early. I could be wrong. But we're going to try it like this and see what happens. So yeah, that is the deck. Should be fun.